Give me strength, Lord. Lord, I ask of you to give me strength to continue on my daily routines. The love of my life no more physically stands by my side. For 22 beautiful years, my wife has been by my side, my rock. 19 years of marriage. Every day was not a bed of roses. We had to learn one another. We learned our do's and don'ts. As we built our foundation, we broke each other's walls, which we never knew were there. We learned to communicate, and sometimes communicating without communicating. Although she mostly finished my questions before they came out, handed my keys, wallet, remotes, whatever, before I asked for them. Our foundation was strong as steel. To lose your spouse, especially in a matter of moments, was the worst pain I ever felt in my entire life. For a moment, I had her back, lightly responding while performing CPR then. Nothing. My mind raced as I tried to figure what else to do. If I could have taken her place, I surely would have without hesitation. She was not only the love of my life, she was my life. She complained, but allowed me to take over her walls since we both had our personal rooms. The bedroom was neutral, but she still said it was hers, so I adjusted. I began loading my walls with my paintings, photography, while removing plaques and some old photos. One wall I left as her wall. It consisted of 4 things. The wedding joining hands picture, our 4-legged son Logan, and her work achievement plaques. I could always use that as an excuse to say, no, I did not take over all the walls. This book started out as my creative quick meals, but she asked me to put my story before the meals. Initially, I thought this was crazy. I guess this is rather unorthodox, but this will be my dedication to my lovely wife, Jackie, and for others who have loved and lost without having a way to release. I truly understand. My journey must continue, so now, with a vengeance, I will do so. I have the blessing and the opportunity of a lifetime to show and spread positivity and love by expressing my words on paper. Our Creator will make a way out of no way. I'm not gonna lie. Still, at times you feel helpless. You feel like you've not done enough. You constantly want to push and give until it hurts. Our 4-legged son looks forward to playing ball every day like he did with his mama. Logan looks out the window waiting for mommy to come in and play. How do you let him know that she is never physically walking through this door? I clearly think, as Logan stares for moments, he is seeing what we don't see. Mommy is standing right here, but she can't come to me. He feels so comfortable riding on your shoulder. Jack started him that way, so it is fortunate that he is only 8 tubes. I can't do like how I used to, but Logan enjoys dancing. Well, while I would dance, he balances on my arms even while turning around. He definitely knows something is wrong. He stays by my side. He stares at my wife's pillow. Your pets have a special bond with each person within your household. He will play with everyone. He loves the flashlight, direct you to his treats, but each person within the household, he knows what he expects. This right here as I look to the Creator. As much as it pains me by losing my best friend, I must go on. Every morning when I wake up, I realize that the butterflies I feel in my stomach will be there. How do you cope with the future of your new life? The phone rings, a text comes in, the doorbell rings, and so on. I get up again and say to myself that I can do this. So many things race through your mind. What else could I have done? Not looking forward to the phone calls again today while I try to get our affairs together. Everyone wants to know, did you come up with a date yet? Today is 4 days after my love's passing, trying so hard not get upset and snap because of questions that arise on a constant basis. Trying so hard to maintain a positive outlook is not easy. Know that you will be judged by your actions, but keep your head up and continue to drive on. I had to laugh. For my birthday, to some it might sound funny, but I was asked, what did I want? My daughter and my wife purchased my superhero costumes. Well, I didn't actually order the one from my wife yet. The costumes are the characters Black Lightning and Black Panther. I do a lot of things with the community. Ironically, there was episodes that Black Lightning, his character's world was destroyed in the multiverse. Black Lightning was pulled into another world where they had to defend and save the one last from being destroyed. At the end of the program, all the worlds combined together. Everything that was destroyed or lost in his world was returned. Something slightly different, but nevertheless, he got back what he lost. Realistically, we know this will never happen, but if I could put on this costume and search the multi-universe until I can find my wife, I would be on my way. Like I said, I know that is TV and comic books, but it's the humor and the wish that you must find in small situations in order to deal with your or my current situation. Anger, frustration, denial, sorrow, pain, among other attributes, these will remain in my heart daily. If you could look at the hole formed in my heart, these are what you would be pulling out. You know you must function. Life must continue. The Creator has more for you to do and more for you to share. Everyone has their own way of dealing with things. Find yours. I'm the mist of the pain and sorrow. There are signs that make you smile for a while, little things that happens during the course of your day. I was getting her information together and her birthday came up. Her brother got a new number which started with her birthday at the cemetery. My birthday and the row she will be buried in added up to her birthday. At home we use different facial cleansers. Every once in a while I would try her brand. The bottle shook. I just laughed and said, "Guess I will use yours today." I can never stress enough that when we suffer a loss of this magnitude, we know we must go on. We must find ways to cope with our everyday situations. Gathering things at home. You find yourself not wanting to depart with things. Selfish thoughts come to mind. Not that you don't want anyone to have, but you don't know if the next person will care for certain personal items like she did. See? Things are going to happen. My daily routines are now haywire. Having the ability to express on paper is definitely a blessing. But I must look at my pain may bring relief to someone else. How to cope? I repeat to myself that this is not a dream. Reality settles in swiftly. My Bichon stays close to me at all times. It seems that everything hits you from all angles constantly. Why me? On a regular basis, I must also repeat to myself that I did what I could and it was not my fault. As I tell the story, anger, rage, so many different emotions flows through my mind, but I try not to show. You hear on a regular basis how sorry people are, what happened, how are you, and so on. Knowing you cannot shut out the world, you just adjust and realize these are what's gonna happen. Let the beautiful memories cloud your mind. The trips you took together, dinners at her favorite Olive Garden, fishing with my dad, travels to her home in Alabama. Some days she wanted to choke me and vice versa, but again we learned. With this situation at hand, I now think to myself and bring up in conversations with my family, what happens if this happens to me? You need to have someone there that's going to get your affairs in order, or more so, get your own in order. The one thing my wife and I always talked about was having positive people in your life, letting positive energies flow. It sounds great to say, but it will not always be that way. You cannot change other people. You need to constantly work on controlling your own thoughts and actions. Once again, I awaken with a feeling of emptiness, recovering from the pain that I felt from the night before. Our Bichon Logan is restless every night. He has turned into the night walker. His usual was to lay down with Jack, then come in the room to get me around 3 a.m. Because of different procedures I have been through, my sleep habits are terrible, so most nights I got my naps before I would go to bed, so I wouldn't keep my wife up all night. Fighting the depression by maintaining your flow. As much as you try to maintain your regular schedule, you must fight the depression. In this situation, I can see how you can spiral down. Once again, every morning there is some feelings that you must face. For the first time, I went into the kitchen to prepare some lunch. Everyone knows that this is something I do, and initially, this was the reason why this next book was started. Originally, this was Creative Quick Meals. Then I started adding the desserts I prepare. As I went on, my wife said to me to add the food to the end of the book. Since I started writing my feelings, it turned into my dedication to my wife. It turned into a self-help. It turned into coping with life after. Again, for those who are dealing with something, find your way. Know that I work towards this every day. The feelings are going to be there. There are others that you need to share. To let them know they are not alone and you are more than aware. Life is not always fair, but you must deal with what cards you have been dealt, so let others be aware. With the Creator's help, show others that you care. Live, love, life, creatively.